I especially welcome every one of you to today's class. We'll be sharing briefly on what I call authority in business and pricing. Authority in business and pricing. And pricing. So, when someone saw the word authority, he thought it was a spiritual principle or terminology. So, but please, that's why we reflected business. It's very important, and I want you to take this serious. Most of the knowledge I give out, I like to make it general so that whatever you're doing, you just particularize it for your own profiting. I took his class and session very particular because I want to encourage every one of us. If you're here and you don't have 2 to 3 things that give you money, when you leave here, take advantage of all those opportunities he mentioned. This morning, I woke up, sir. I resolved that I'm going to take a course in artificial intelligence. There have been things I've been researching and learning about it, but I want to go deep because I woke up to the post of Charles Awuzie. He was talking about how they paid $5,000 to a lawyer in US to just write a report, a legal report about one crypto project in the US that will grant transhuman coin right to operate in the US. Just legal opinion, the lawyer charged them 5,000 US dollars. That is 7.4 million. 7.4 million naira to write an official report. Okay. So I was challenged. So I said, no, this is somebody I should delve into becoming a crypto lawyer additionally to go and take a course about it. I should become an artificial intelligence lawyer just to learn to know little of everything and everything of one thing. So I want to encourage everyone. I just say, I just finished my direct PhD stuff, and by September will be awarded. I just finished after the whole thing. By November or so, I'll be starting a fresh course on artificial intelligence. And I want to use it to gain more relevance to myself. Imagine an extra paycheck plus the ones that are already coming here and there. So you cannot afford to stay without additional source of income. Please don't be broke anyhow for no just cause. All right. So, Amalov, please, can you mute your mic? All right. We're talking of business classification and manifestation. So, we're going to take the different levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that up to what we're discussing? All right. The first level is instability. Instability is the first level of authority in business. After instability, we have invincibility. After invisibility, we have marketability. After marketability, we have visibility. After visibility, we have celebrity. All right. So the first level of authority in business is the level of instability. After the level of instability, you get invincibility. After the level of invincibility, you get marketability. After marketability, you get visibility before celebrity. Now, every business that starts off with the level of instability. The level of instability is the first stage of the authority of every business. Okay? So this is the level that your business will be where someone asks you, how is your business doing? How is your company doing? You say fine. And some people think that the word fine means that everything is going well. That's not what it means. The word fine in English is actually an acronym, not a meaning. The word fine is coined from the instability nature of every business. The word fine, Fine. F means freaked out. I means in depth. Okay. The I means in depth. N means not making enough. And E means emotionally stressed out. All right. So when you see business people at the level of instability say, I am fine, it simply means that they are freaked out, they are in debt, they are not making enough, and they are emotionally stressed out. So that's what it means to be fine for a man of unstable business as an authority rating in business. Okay. So it's not a thing that says you're not in faith. When you say, okay, was okay, it's not a thing that says you're not in faith when you're not. Sorry, I think it's not possible for me to be connected in two groups at the same time. Marvelous, I think this your group disconnected the other group. Am I still talking in the other group? Can someone check? He invited me in, and I don't think the other one. Is the other group on? Please, did you pause your recording, sir? Everybody can hear me now. So I said at the level of instability, as an authority rating in business, the word fine was coined from that unstable level of the business, which F simply means that the business is freaked out, the business is in debt, the business is not making enough money, and the business is emotionally stressed out. When I say the business, I mean the people running the business. Okay? So, and it is not a bad thing, it's just a level of business, it's just the face of the business, and most times it's the first 1 year of the business that makes this. And this instability is the determinant of the rising nature of the business, whether it will go ahead or not. All right. At this level of the business, the people involved in this business, for their individual life and for the life of the company, for the sustainability of the company, they are not sure if they can afford to pay their rent. They are not sure they can afford to pay for their children's school fees. They are not sure of being able to pay or afford anything because they are fine. So with this understanding, you live here. When there's someone asks you about how you're doing, you say fine. You have an understanding of what it means to be fine. You're not just saying that everything is El Dorado. You're simply acknowledging the fact that you have an undetermining factor behind your hustle and all of that. Okay, that is the instability authority part of business. All right. Then if any business scales through this instability path, they enter into invisibility. You're just coming out of instability where you're not sure of anything. You're not sure of the next market. You're not sure about the next client. You're not sure about anything. Okay, it happens to every business. It's happening to us, right? So you move from instability to invisibility when you have conquered it. But it is typical what most people are expecting, because there's some huge amount of money that stepped in. They will believe that they have conquered instability. Now they want to be all over the place. They want to dominate everywhere. They want to do so much publicity is good. But for anybody coming out of this place, the next phase to enter is invisibility. Invisibility means you will not be everywhere like you so thought you will be. There are people that will be asking, is Big Grip Property still in Abakaliki? What is happening? We have not been hearing from them, but there's an undertone taking place behind the scenes. There's a reconstruction going on. Hey, it's like they have not been making so much sale. It's like a lot of things have not been happening. There's an invisibility. They're restructuring the system. They have come out of this place, so they are now stable. Everything they are looking for is stable, but they are invisible. This is the dark part of the business that marks the formative stage of the business. All right. Now let me use the egg lava pupa this description to explain this. We have the egg, we have the lava, we have the pupa, and we have the adult fly. All right. So every butterfly was bettered an egg. No butterfly became a butterfly. All right. Every butterfly was betted an egg. Okay. Then at different phase of their maturity and growth, they ate out of their egg and became larva. Larva is something, a structural component that looks like a living thing, but it does not actually appear like one, all right? But it has life in it. At different stable of its maturation and all of that, it developed into a pupa. Pupa is maggot, all right? Let me post something on the platform. Real estate ecosystem. I'll just post it briefly. I guess. All right. Okay. What I just posted now was a conversation between the pupa and the adult fly. The pupa was judging the adult fly. You have changed. You are no longer like us the way we used to be. Then the adult fly said, we are supposed to change. Okay? We are not supposed to always remain a pupa. We are supposed to, at a certain stage of our growth and development, we are supposed to mature into something else. All right? But guess what? At this, the transactional stage between the pupa and the adult fly, there's a lot of judgment and criticism coming forth. When people that think that they used to know you notice your terraformation into a different phenomenon, they are judging you. They're saying this guy is not like the way he used to be before. He has made money. He's now proud. He's no longer the way he used to be. He's now pompous and all of that. But they forgot to know that you have transitioned from the stage of pupa to adult fly. You are not supposed to have the same language. You are not supposed to have the same mechanics. You are not supposed to have the same movement and momentum. All right? So the pupa used to crawl. The adult fly is flying. He's not even walking. He's flying. This one was crawling. All right? So when there is this terraformation, people criticize you, people judge you, but it is part of the antecedents of your growth and transformation. All right? So at this level of invisibility is this level of pupa. The last phase of the pupa transitioning to adult fly, they will have to go into a cave, a dark place. It is that dark, rocky cave that they will stay until they will manifest as adult fly. They will stay there for days in a dark place. They don't need light. So it is within the dark covens that the pupa nature is ripped off and the butterfly part of them steps out of. The same maggot. How can you explain that the maggot that creeps upon the earth will end up becoming a butterfly that will have different mechanics, different makeup, different physiognomy, that it begins to fly? Then it has to enter into an invisible part of its existence in a dark stage of its life. Nobody sees it. Nobody knows everything about the pupa. All of a sudden, it is emerging forth from the cave as what? An adult butterfly begins to fly. That's the picture, the graphic work I posted there, where the pupa was judging the adult fly. You have changed. You say, no, we are all supposed to change. So when you change, you understand what the guys who have changed before you were doing. That's why I told people who criticize those who have gotten money. They say, he's now pride. He doesn't pick my call. He doesn't do all of this. I say, don't worry. Even you that is complaining, when you make your own money, you may not even respond to text messages. That's the same thing about life. As a matter of fact, the things that you have the tendencies to criticize are traits in you that you have not discovered yet. All right. So that emerging forth that brings you out of that dark stage, we will lead you to sporadic marketability. When you are emerging from this invisibility coven, it launches you deep into extreme marketability. At this stage of marketability, it draws people to you. Okay? At this stage of marketability, you are doing business. Though it may not be so consistent, but it is enough to thrive the level of business which you have found yourself. It is the state of marketability. You become marketable. People will be coming, customership will be coming in and out, clients will be brewing, be moving from one level of clientele to the other, and people will be negotiating with you. But remember, at this level of marketability, you are not yet visible. Oh. It is from this marketability that will lead you to visibility. Because what will determine whether you transit from this stage of marketability is in discovering the core of your market. Remember I said the other time that everybody is not your market. I said, can somebody help us? What did we say a market is from our last class? Okay, sir. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So your market is anyone who is willing and able to pay or to buy. All right. If the person has the willingness to buy, but he does not have the capacity to buy, it's not your market. If the person has the capacity to buy, but he's not willing to buy, it's not your market. Okay. So for a person or a group of people to constitute a market, there must be a combination of a willingness and what? The capability or the capacity to buy. So when you interact with people, prospects, clients, or leads, when you discuss with them, you will know whether they are willing or not. You will know whether they have the capacity, the money. You know, there are some people that will tell you, let me go and see that property. And you take them to different properties that don't have what it takes to buy anything. They only prayed when they woke up for the year. They say, God, I would like to own a land before the end of the year. So when they see you advertise property, they say, can I see it? Some of them just want to go around the place and pray and hope to God that they will get money too. They will end up wasting your time. But within the interaction phase, you will know whether that person is your market or not. That's why I encourage people to interact with their leads and prospects. That's how you'll be able to know, is this person your market or not? No, there are people I don't intend to engage to take to for site inspection. When I interact with you and I will tell you, I'll just give you an excuse, you won't go. Because I know you are not my market. The person I will take there, let it be that you went and it was not your choice to buy, but you have what it takes to. All right. If the person is willing and he has the capacity to buy, he's a ready market. All right. So when you arrive the core of your market by knowing what constitutes your market, it helps you to dominate the market, then that will grant you access to visibility. At this stage of visibility, I think we omitted something. We omitted something here. Before, after marketability, we have credibility, please. We have credibility. Because at this stage of marketability, a few people have known you, but they have not come to trust you. All right? You have not formidably formed a brand from this marketability. It is you driving the flow. But at the stage of credibility, people have known you. People have trusted you. It is this stage of credibility that forms the trust stage. So if you don't build the trust, you cannot gain visibility. It is trust that creates the visibility. All right? So please, sorry. After marketability, we have the credibility stage before the visibility. So at this stage is where you get to be known by people and they get to trust you. All right? So that is the stage of credibility. Then after people have known you and they have trusted you, move to visibility, where you are highly seen by the hyper audience. All right? So when you get to the state of the visibility, when people think of buying, they think of you first because they are seeing you everywhere. They go to Facebook, they are seeing your advert. They go to Google, they are seeing you. They go to TikTok, they go to Instagram, they are seeing you everywhere. You are highly visible. And now let me tell you, this one is not just normal. Anybody who you see that rises to this stage of visibility is no longer controlling the business. Something is taking over the business. All right? Unseen forces are taking over the business from this stage of visibility. There's nothing that you will make to bring him down from this place. He is visible. This is where even the Holy Writ said, seest thou a man diligent in his business? All right? Because at this stage, at the stage of invisibility, no matter how good you are, if nobody knows you, you are wasting your time. No matter how good you are, if nobody knows you, you are wasting your time. So people are very good and powerful at this invisible stage, but nobody's seeing them. Nobody's seeing what they are doing. As a matter of fact, some people in this visible stage have lost credibility, but they won't lose customership. They won't lose patronage. They won't lose their clientele, but they may have lost credibility. If you go to our banking system, you see how they are messing up people's funds and all of that. But those people are not leaving. But because they have gained so much visibility, they are there, they are fixed. People are still rushing in. People are registering accounts. You will go there, you see what happened in our currency for some time, weeks now. Our company account was restricted. We have been going to bank for a long time. They'll be dragging me. I have threatened. We're going to open another account. Did we go to open any other account? No. We have gone, queried, I have called Lagos office, we have done everything. Nothing. The money there is stuck. But they are visible. Access Bank. We have not opened another account though, because in my mind, the stress we will go through to open another account, I'm not ready to go and stand in queue. So let's just remain there. We are stuck. They are visible. We can't retract it from them. Even if, within 24 hours, I told them that we're going to drag them on all social media handles if they don't attend to this. That day, me and Paul was in the bank now. May was flying in from Lagos branch to Abakaliki. They'll be asking, who is Big Green Property Consult? The headquarters is emailing left, right, and center. Everybody was running left, right, and everything just to make sure that they attend to us. And finally, it was just an omission of Y in one of the document, property. Y was omitted. That was the reason why they restricted the account. Just crazy reason. Even the manager was shocked. He said, this is not enough. Omission of Y should you make you restrict an account of someone. All right? These things are just happening, and yet they won't lose. If they're like, let 10 people, 20 people pull out, it won't affect them. Why? Because they are highly visible. All right? So at that stage, you don't need to find your clients. You have to allow your clients to find you. Become a phenomenon that will make your clients to find you. At the stage of visibility, it is not you going out to look for clients. It is you positioning yourself as a phenomenon that will make clients to find you. Now, people are looking for brands to patronize for certain products, for certain services. They will go online. Once they enter Facebook, they are seeing you because you are visible. They'll just call on you and all of that. So at this stage of visibility, you position yourself for clients to find you. You are not looking for clients. At visibility stage, no. You will never look for clients at visibility stage. Clients will be coming. Then after the visibility stage, because of so much equity that is controlled at this level, you to lend you into what we call the celebrity stage. Of course, the celebrity stage, you are the one who will be choosing. Because of the so much rush and patronage, you are the one who will be choosing who you should attend to and who you should not attend to. That's why you go to bank. There is no bank that you go to that you will not see queue. You will not see people standing in queues to be attended to. Why? Because they are now the celebrity. All right? So at this level, now them they rush them. Now them they rush us. Okay? At this stage of celebrity. Okay? So you get to choose who you work with and where you work with the person. All right? So these are briefly the authorities in business. So why we have to point this out individually as business people? Don't be wary when you are at the instability part of business. Don't give up. It is a phase of the business. You cannot expect to start today and then tomorrow you are gaining what Obi Kubana is gaining. No, they have their own stories, and without the story there will be no glory. And now let me digress a little bit with this, with a scriptural backup and support. Do you know that a lot of people blame Moses and some of the people of Israel because it took them 40 years to make a journey from Egypt to Canaan that historically would have taken them 40 days on foot? If you trek Egypt to Canaan, okay, it takes 40 days on foot to go there. But they walked it for 40 years. People say they don't have vision. Some people say they sinned. Some people say they don't have foresight. Some people will say a lot of crazy things. But guess what? If you go to the Holy Writ in Exodus 13, 17 to 19, God said that he was the one that made it elongated, that they will have to take up to 40 years to arrive Canaan. Why? Because they were not warriors. They don't have the skills to battle. That if I allow them in 40 days to enter Canaan, when they will see the warriors and soldiers of Canaan, they will freak out and run back to Egypt. So he wants to use the 40 years to make them gather capacity and tenacity, so that when they will see war in the wilderness, they will stand and conquer. So what he did with them in Egypt, he went far ahead, so that anybody that heard it, he say, oh, run away from that nation. Oh. If you see what their God did with them in Egypt, let us avoid them. So they used the 40 years of waiting to build capacity. So the period of darkness that the pupa had to transition to an adult fly, it was not a free zone period. It was a painful period. So during your state of instability, you have to wait. Okay, your waiting will not amount to wasting. You have to wait, gather momentum, gather capacity. Even when Moses thought it was by killing an Egyptian that will make him popular among the Israelites, no, you cannot cut short your road to destiny. You have to pay the price of process. Okay, everything will have to undertake a period of process for you to succeed in this journey to your business stardom, to your business success. So let's not be too in a haste to leave the instability zone. Please, I'm begging. Don't, because it's not easy. At that stage, you can't pay your rent. At that stage, you can't afford certain things because there's so much in a. Don't forget the word fine. You are freaked out. You are in debt. At this stage, you cannot be in this stage without being indebted. It's not possible. You have to survive by leveraging on the little money people can give you to come out of certain period, and here it is a state of instability. When you leave this stage, you are still going into invisibility, or where everybody will be asking, where is this guy? Is he around? And all of that. So when I came back from Abuja, after being popular and everything, I stayed in Abakaliki for 5 years. Nobody knew I was here. Until now, we are coming and we are doing few stuff. People are asking, where has that guy been? We have been building momentum incommunicado, all right? In a dark room stage, where you're coming out, people are seeing you. We will post one video. We have how many people have viewed that video now? 16,000 plus people have played one video. You're now asking, where is it coming from? How all of a sudden that you post the content, 16,000 people will view one video? So it didn't just start overnight. There's something that led to that. Okay, when you get to the invisible stage, don't be in a haste to pump out. Don't be in a haste to prove any point. Now, some people are in business, some people are in performance. You have to be very careful. After this unstable place, it has a great determination to the success of the business. Some people live here and start performing. Those who start performing are not in business. Those who gently transition this invisibility stage are in business. Accept it, embrace it. It is not this. So a lot of people want to prove a point by doing a lot of things that are not real. I know some people who are doing that. They are doing a lot of things that are not real just to make people feel that they are big and they are doing hyper things. No. They are not. They are performing. They are not in business. Okay. So you be careful not to perform, but do business here. All right. So at this stage, let's not stress much on that. Let's go over to pricing. Let's go over to pricing. People online, I hope you're still following. Can I get a feedback? If you're still following, can I get a feedback? All right. That's okay. Someone from the real estate ecosystem, can I get a reply? All right. All right. Just wanted to know you're following. All right. Thank you so much. So what is pricing? What is price? What is price? I say that price is any conversation that is absent of value. Price. Price is any conversation absent of value. So what I'm about to show us is very, very important, because if you're into product, service sector and everything, you must be able to interact with price in order to succeed in whatever you're doing. So you have to, okay, you have to, don't worry, you have to take advantage of this pricing principle, okay, to be able to succeed as a business person. Because whether you are into product or service related, you must interact with price to succeed. All right. So I say that as a business person, don't engage in conversation with price. Rather, engage in conversation with value. Like I said, price is any conversation that is absent of value, that is devoid of value. When you have a product or service and your watchword is bargaining price with people, you will not succeed as a business person. Please take what I'm saying very serious. And this is the most reason why the people use this word during buying and selling transaction. This word is not permitted in sales transaction, sales and purchase transaction. In sales, in every sales and purchase transaction, you must learn how to say no without saying no. You must learn how to say no without using this word. And that's why I say pricing is a conversation that is devoid of value. When you see a business person, everything he's negotiating price, he's talking price. That's what they do in main market. It's not for hyper business. It's not for global brands. They don't negotiate price. What they do is to negotiate value. Okay? So it's very important when you change the conversation and switch it over to value. Let's say that the property in Akwa Ibom is selling for 5 million and someone is interested to buy. And they saw is 5 million and they tell you that what they have, their budget is 4 million. Okay? So instead of coming to banter, or you bring 4.5, bring 5 million, bring 4.8. No, that's not the bend. The bend of the conversation is to shift their mind, to make them feel bad for not buying. Make them feel bad for not buying. That's when you are going to value. First of all, draw their attention to the benefits that they tend to get from that land that will convince them that it's worth the price. All right? So let's take, for instance, there was a lady who is into facials. She charges about 800K to do each face. So, and then somebody walks into her store. Somebody walks into her store and then says that the budget she has is 420K to do her facials. She said, no, I don't do facials less than 800K. And the person walked away. I said, no, you don't have to say no to anybody. So I brought the lady. I asked her, how much do you have? She said she had 420,000 for the facials. I said, okay. I sat her down. We started conversing. And then I asked her, what is she doing with the facial she wants to do? Is she going for anywhere? She said she's going for a wedding, an event of a celebrity. I said, oh, wow, okay. She mentioned the celebrity. I know the person. I said, but your ex will be in that wedding. She said, yes, the ex will be there. I'm now trying to bring her into a consciousness that will make her to value the kind of look she needs to wear, that will make her ex feel threatened and feel bad that he left her. So in that conversation, I made her value the reason to pay for 800,000 for that facial just to get back at her ex. She said, you have a point. She upped her game and started pricing 700,000. Finally, the woman got her to do the facial by 700,000. What happened? We didn't discuss pricing, we discussed value. So instead of focusing people on discussing price, discuss value, because price is just a conversation that is devoid of value. Okay? And by so doing, when you show people value and then they end up not buying, they walk away, they know it's their loss. You have given them more reasons to buy and they walk away. They are feeling, I didn't buy this thing because I know I didn't have. And that way, you have said no to them without actually saying no. And did you get that? You presented a benchmark to them and they walked away feeling bad for not buying. But by the way you presented those things is the way you are telling them that they know you're not going to sell without saying no to them. So in a transaction involving buying and selling, learn how to say no without using the word no. Can we proceed? So let's talk about the psychology of pricing. There are 5 basic pricing psychology that we'll have to look at. Five pricing psychology we have. All right. The first one is called the charm pricing. Charm. Very important. You have to know these things, though. Charm pricing. Charm pricing is simply what you see in mostly the environment of the fast-moving consumer goods products like toothpaste, of course, bread, and all of those things we talked about previously in our last class. The fast-moving consumer goods exemplified in boutiques. All right, you will see stuffs like, instead of writing 3,000 naira, they'll write 2,999 naira point 99. All right. So instead of writing 3,000 naira, they'll tell you it's 2,999 naira. So 99 and 99 kobo. All right. So, and please, who is saying that? Please, who is this? Can you mute your mic? So by giving you this, or you see some of, if you go to our website, you see we use this charm pricing. Buy this instead of this. We'll rule the other one. Buy this. It is called charm price. So it makes you just feel like, oh, so this price, this thing is going for this, but I can actually buy it for this. It is called charm pricing. So they will make you feel like you can pay less to get more. So even though it may be 1 naira that they are removing from it, but it makes the people want to buy it because there is a deduction of a price. All right. Even if what other people are selling is 3,000 and you are selling 2,999, people will be drawn to buy from you because they have a concept that they are paying less to patronize you. All right. That's what we call charm pricing. Then the second one, oh, I've removed this. So sorry. Sorry, just a minute. My WhatsApp exited. All right, we are back. All right, thank you. Sorry for the exit. The second one is called the artificial time constraints. The artificial time constraint, as one of the psychologies of pricing, is simply the use of terminologies to create an impression in the mind of your client, okay, or anybody who has the capacity to buy from you. All right. People used to use things like early bird discount. If you, for the first 5 people that pays for this, okay, we get this certain level of amount and all of that. Those are what we call artificial time constraints. Okay, you can say it, then people feel, okay, let me rush and purchase now before the price will increase to this. So that's what we call artificial time constraints. So with artificial time constraints, you can be able to work on the psychology of your buyers to be able to rush in and patronize you. So you have to learn that and take advantage of this. Some of these things I'm teaching now are the things we have to go back doors and work on seriously, because pricing is part of the things that will gain you a lot of patronage. Okay, so with this, people will have to work so much with this. Okay, be flexible with your rate as a salesperson, especially if we are within the invisibility authority level of your business. Be flexible with your rate. There are people you will see, don't insist on the price. Be flexible. The most important thing is to make sales. That's the most important thing. Sometimes you can compromise some of your rate just to make sure that you make sales. That's the most important thing. So with artificial time constraints, you can be able to do some mock-up stuff to see how you can go about further sales. Now, the third one, we have the psychology of innumeracy. Innumeracy. With the psychology of innumeracy, people are made to believe that, okay, they will have to spend less to get more. Okay, so you can say something like buy 4 and get 1 free, or buy 5 and get 1 free. That's, you are working on people's psychology of innumeracy. But as a business person, you have come to understand that by the transactional interaction between the cost and your price, you have been able to make your profit within that 4 you are selling and giving them 1 for free, even though you are giving 1 for free, but it does not affect your profit. All right. So that is just it. With the psychology of innumeracy, you'll be able to present something to your customers and your clients that will make them to patronize you, even though you are giving them an impression that they will have to spend less to get more. Okay, that's the psychology of innumeracy. Okay, so it's very important. So you can sell something. That's what we're doing now. All right, one of our properties on promo. The property is 1.5 million per plot at Havila Garden Estate. All right, so we just want to sell up the 3 remaining plots there. So we place them just anybody should come and buy it. Instead of 4.5 million, we're selling it 3.5 million. All right. So, and that is working with the principle of innumeracy. Okay. Still buy the three together for that 3.5 million and all of that. So, the next one is the price appearance. Price appearance psychology. With this price appearance psychology, you are just working on the price. This is often applicable for fast-moving consumer goods in the Western world. You can enter one boutique or one shopping mall. You see them represent price with value of point values. You can see things like 10, 20, okay? Flat 10. You see something like flat 10. Flat 10 can just simply means 1,000. It's just that 10 will make it appear small, the price value. But anybody who is walking into such store understand the value of this. But when they see that you wrote 10, it just makes it look small and all of that. So the price appearance psychology simply try to demystify the amount that the property is selling so that it's in the appearance of the customer or the client, it will make it easier for them to patronize because they will feel, this price is very cheap and all that. So that's just the price appearance psychology, what it does. Then the fifth one is what is called the flat rate bias. So the flat rate bias is just a concept you use to make your clients or customers feel that this price is a benchmark and cannot be reduced. That's the flat rate bias, all right? So there are some of our properties that we cannot give a discount for. Even if you're buying multiple of them, we can't give. It's a benchmark, all right? So you make them feel that you cannot compromise the value of the property, okay? So the flat rate bias is a representation before your clientele that this is the benchmark and cannot be reduced. So in some of the flyers, you can see flat rate. Okay, the word flat rate simply means this is the least it can be sold. It cannot go below this price. All right. So if you can understand these 5 pricing psychology, you will be able to go far as a business person. There are some clients that will come. There are some clients that have come to our site. Okay, I know. Okay, we can give this certain level of discount. I can say, okay, tell the person to go this. There is a certain group of people that want to buy up to 20 plots. We are negotiating now from our properties. All right. The negotiation we are giving them is not the same. All right. So, and all of that. And then in general summary of the pricing principle, just like we hinged on laying hold on value, okay, show the people value instead of hinging on the prices. There's something that happened. One of my clients called me to prepare a property. Of course, you know, if previously when we were in this town, we started by doing land document for 10,000. We now moved to 20,000. At a certain point, we moved to 50,000. I was discussing with someone. Fortunately enough, just a few years ago, we were doing that stuff. But fortunately enough, I know how much we are flinging documents right now, and especially for independent properties, not our estate properties. Okay, so there was some people that called me to prepare property for them. This thing, I told the man to just get me the details. I'll do, and then he will pay. He asked me what's the charge. I told him to send me the details first because I know the capacity of the client. So after I finished doing the document, I sent to the client, and I got an alert of 500,000. So if you notice this about me, in calling figures, instead of saying 500,000, use 500,000. I have told this part of interaction with money. All right, hinge on to value. Don't say 500,000, say 500,000. It is working on psychology, both your psychology and the psychology of your recipient. All right. So the client sends 500,000. All right. So I sent the document. I was not satisfied with 500,000. Remember, these are the documents that we used to prepare for 20K, 50K previously. But growth happened, all right? And civilization, of course, happened. So, but I was not comfortable. Instead of me to go and start bargaining price, all right, about the document, I have to switch on value. I called the client. I have submitted this document to you, so he owes me nothing again to increase the price. We started talking. I told him, look at this, look at the value of what I gave you. You know, there are lawyers and there are also other lawyers. And this, look at the value of this. I told him, for instance, look at who I worked for. Look at how much you gave me. Look at what I did for them. Go to a document. Reference this. Look at what I did. Check other documents, you will see this. I brought value. He says, send their details again. He sent $500,000 again. So it's very, and at the end of the day, I had $1 million for doing that same paper document, okay, that some of you will get for little peanuts, all right? So just like I told him, me, I have a benchmark. If you call me to prepare property for you, if you are not ready to pay 10%, you will come, you will see what we'll do about that. So that's just it and all of that. So please be flexible with your rates, and in so doing, you will be able to dominate your market. The moment you become marketable, you will become visible. And the goal is to become visible. Like I said, the Holy Writ says, seest thou a man. If you like, be diligent in your business. You will never stand before kings until kings see you. Okay? Because he says, seest thou a man. You must be seen. So in whatever you're doing, endeavor to cut attention at all costs. Because until you get to the level of visibility, nobody will pay you. Until you have the attention of people, they will never give you money. Until people give you their time, they will never give you money. So in other words, the key to getting people's money is to get their time. If you can get their time, you can get their money. The key to getting people's money is to get their attention. If you get their attention, you can get their money, because attention is the real currency. Attention is the real currency. Cut attention at all costs. When you have their attention first, then you become visible. And then for that, you can be recommendable. One of the problems of business people is that they are not recommendable. Can I recommend you to do a job for people? You think your problem is that you don't have funds or you don't have capital. But if I recommend you to a job, will the person want to come back to you to do the same job? Will the person want to recommend you? Because if all the people you have done things for recommend you to do for others, you will not be at the level where you are. That's why you need to go for excellence. Excellence I define as excess success. Okay? Excellence is superior to just success. It's an excess of success. So when you exceed in succeeding, you become excellent. So add a touch of excellence to whatever you're doing. That's how recommendation comes. Because behind every hyper-glowing brand is recommendation. Men will recommend them. Melody came yesterday. She was opting for financial mentorship. I told her I don't accept anybody for financial mentorship. But I can accept on one condition. Go and bring money. I said, I can't mentor you financially if you don't have money. It's somebody who have finance that should come for financial mentorship. Who will tell you how to. I don't mentor broke people on how to go and make money. It's a different thing altogether. I said, I don't want to waste my time. It's very simple. So we need to start a culture if we want to grow into the future, because what we do mostly is that we wish our way into the future. It's not a wishful thinking. We must learn how to reduce our wishful thinking into an intellectual exercise. We must learn how to engage our mental faculties. We must learn how to study. Dr. Jude mentioned things about school and all of that, and we will choose to separate these two things about education and school, because most times school don't teach us education. They just teach us academic knowledge and not education, because education is holistic. Education is entirely everything you learn when you go through life. Traveling is part of education. Okay? Sightseeing and excursion is part of education. Like we'll be going to Obudukato Ranch by August. Okay? We are working behind the scene. If you want to go with us, what we have on ground is 11 people going. If you want to go, add your list too, because by first to second week of July, any number we have sealed it. All right? So let's have, if we can make it up to 20 people. If you travel to that place, change environment and come back, your psychology will be transformed. Traveling is part of knowledge. Sometimes, sacrifice some amount of money. Go and enter flight. If you enter flight and come back, your life will not remain the same. No, it's true. You have paid the price, but your life will not remain the same. Back then, I was working for my boss. He will give us money to pay for flight. We were broke then. We don't pay for flight. We'll go and take night bus. So that by morning, when the event will be starting, we're already there, 6 a.m., we're already in Lagos or Abuja, and we pocketed the money to and fro. Even they'll give you money for hotel, we'll go and lodge in cheaper hotels and all that. That's poverty mindset. Dr. Jude talked about poor mindset. All right? You stop doing all of that. Now, there's something that happened. Someone was given a responsibility. And then the people that gave him responsibility were calling me, say they have been dragging this guy about. We told him to deliver the thing he did. They have redone the job for more than 5 times. And it's still not working. I told them something. With the scanty years I have in business, I have learned not to entrust a business responsibility to a man who is in need of bread. If you give a man who is looking for bread, his poor man is looking to eat, you give him business deal to execute. His first priority is to put food in his stomach. And this is the reason why rich people don't give you job. I'm telling you the truth. That's why I said don't flaunt your misfortune on social media. Your gas finish, you post it on your status, you do all of this. People know you are looking for money to eat. They cannot trust you with 1 million. Because the moment he enters your account, the first thing you are doing is to have to go and fill your gas and stock your kitchen. That's the psychology of the wealthy. They will not trust a poor man because they feel he's vulnerable with money. Any money you give him, you misappropriate it. I don't give a man job who you will give and he will eat the money. I will first of all look at your comfortability. Okay? How is this? How is this? Then I'll give him. There's this guy who does all my furniture work. He's the one who did furniture work here. His wife just put to bed. And I discussed with him a best frame job that will be done sometime. The guy started disturbing me now. Sir, bring money. Let us do the bed frame work. I say, well, you just informed me that your wife gave birth yesterday. He said, yes. He said, sir, I should give him the money that. I say, this person is looking for money to do a mugo. If I give him money now, that I will need to bring police to come and drag him here and there for that job. And I confronted him. I told him to be played. The reason why I won't give you this job is because I know you need money at this stage. Your wife just came back from the hospital the previous day. If I give you money now, we will be in problem. So to preserve our relationship, wait. After 3 months, you will do this job. When I know that the responsibility for Pampers and everything must have reduced. No, that's the real thing. If you contract a man who is in need of bread to do a job for you, you have a problem with them. Definitely. Because the fourth thing that comes to their purview is how to satisfy their own greed and all of that. So by so doing, convince people that you're not hungry first. That's part of the closest way to get patronage. Convince them that you're not hungry. Please, if there's anything you have posted on social media that demean your status, make you look hungry or poor, pull them down. If there's anything you have posted that looks like that, pull them down. Social media does not forget. All right? The people need to know you are good, you are doing good. There are some jobs I got after I got the last car. Okay? I was managing the other vehicle. And to me, and some people who know me closely, they say, we know you are bigger than this car. You can afford to buy more if you want, okay? But some people far off, they don't know that. But the moment this car came, we posted it, okay? I got people who used to price me document 100,000 can pay 500,000 for it. They can pay 1 million. Why? To them, they believe, you can afford money to buy a car of 5 million. That means 10 million. You know, 20 million. That means 50 million. You are within that neighborhood. That's the mindset of the wealthy, all right? And all of that. And of course, I was telling them, I prepared a document for a land worth 1.5 billion, okay? And you should know what will come out of that. So those are, so if you think 10%, 150 million, all right? So those are the kind of things that people will call you. I gave an instance how I was with Flavor, okay, in one of the big tycoons hotel. The guy was without security. Nobody was rushing him. I was wondering, is this Flavor Nabania? Nobody was rushing him in this hotel. I had to go to the reception. I asked to check their room prices. When I saw that the minimum room there was 100,000 a night, I said, no, little wonder. The people that will rush for selfie cannot afford this price. So they can't come here. So sometimes, take it as a privilege. Go to a place that they are selling food for 5,000 a plate. Go there and eat. Snap picture with people you meet there. Get their contact and build network. These are sacrifices you have to do if you want to rise. The hotel I told you how much I paid for food, there was 25,000 a night. So 25,000 a plate. 25K a plate. What? Jollof rice and chicken. I didn't take, with bottled water, I didn't take drink. 25K. Okay? If you go to 5-star in Akwa Ibom, a bottle of milk is sold for 5,000. Go there. The people that will have money to afford that are not normal people. Go and build contact and connection with those people. Not every time you are going to beans and plantain 800 by the roadside. You will kill your career. You know, it's better you imbibe their advice of a dude who say leave food and touch God. At this level, if you want to really touch food, go to the high places and touch it. Please, what we are trying to share is balanced knowledge. Don't go and eat everything that comes into your hand and say, "I sure you should become a babola." All right. So learn how to manage these things. Okay. When I wanted to hope you can stop recording. Yes.